Hi guys, welcome to my channel. In this video, we will learn about the Python string data type. Okay, in my previous video, I have explained dictionary, set, list, and tuple data type. In this video, we will see about the Python string data type. Okay, Python string data type. First of all, what is string? Okay, string is a sequence of character enclosed within single quote, double quote in other languages. In Python, we can enclose Python string even in triple quote. Okay, string is a sequence of characters enclosed within single, double, or triple quote. Okay, the string which is enclosed within triple quote, we call it as a document string. So it will explain about the function or a class whichever you use. We will discuss that in while discussing on the functions or the classes. Okay, or OOPS concept. Okay, why we can use triple quote, what is the uses of the triple quote. Okay, like that. Now we will discuss on the string data type. Okay, string. String is a, now let's discuss about the characteristics. Okay, characteristics. Okay, first of all, string is a immutable data type. We cannot able to change the value. Okay, first off, it is a immutable data type. Okay, okay, string is an ordered, we can access elements by their order. Okay, string is an ordered data type. Okay, ordered data type. Okay, enclosed string is enclosed within single quote or double quote or triple quote. How we can create a string? For example, a is equals to my variable. I am creating one string, Suresh Shrikar. Okay, I have created one string. Okay, now I want to check the type. Just print type of a. It will display the class of string. Okay, we will check that one. I will create one string. Okay, I will create Suresh Kar, my name. I'll print type of a. I'll run this. See, class string. Okay, like that we can create a string with single quote or double quote or triple quote. Okay, I'll say, I'll run this. See, string. Okay, I'll say, see, here is a class string. It is a doc string, means it will explain about the function or a class or something like that. Okay, string can be represented within single quote, double quote, or triple quote. And as I previously said, a string is a immutable type. Then how we can check, how we can prove that string is an immutable type? And I also said that string is a ordered data type. Okay, first we will see string is an ordered data type. For example, um, a is my string, right? A is my string. Okay, now I need to check the order, means index value. Based on the index value, I need to check. If I get the value based on the index value, then it is ordered data type. If I unable to check based on the index value, then it is unordered type. Okay, then I will say I need to get order of 2. Okay, I'll print, I need second index position string. Okay, now I'll say print, see, r is in second position. Okay, means 0 1 2, like that. Okay, first occurrence it will given. Okay, second index r is there. Okay, that's why it is index. Then how can you prove that it is immutable? Okay, how do you prove that? How do you prove that string is a immutable? Okay, for example, I need to change a of 2 is equals to I need to replace R with M. Okay, let's check whether it will work. If it is work, then it is mutable. If it is not work, it is immutable. Okay, see, it has displayed an error because it is immutable data type. String object does not support item assignment. Okay, like this you can prove. If anybody asks you how to prove, just prove that string is unimmutable, just do like this. Okay, next, there is a some properties and methods are there for string. We will see that one by one. First one is slicing. Okay, slicing. Okay, slicing means we will getting this substring, means I want to access URES from my string. How we can access? By using slicing. Okay, how we can do that? See, I will print. I need to access. What is my string name? A. Half. I need to access from where? This is in 0 position. U in first position. I need to access from 1 to 8. Okay, I'll say 1. Sorry, 2 to, this is 2. E is 3, 4, 5. I need to give 6. It will take range 2 to 6 means it will display the element from 2 to 5. Okay, like this we can access the substring from this given string. Okay, see, it will display substring from the given string. We can also take a negative indexing. We can also access by using negative indexing, means R is -1, A is -2, K is -3, I is -4. From backside it is negative indexing. How we can find that? For example, I will say -6 comma -1. You should give always like this. You can't able to give -1 at the beginning and -6 at the beginning. It will result an error. You can't able to print from reverse order. You should print always from friends same order as which is string appears. Okay, you can't able to print from reverse order. Okay, so now it will print string indices must be integer. What mistake I done? Can anybody tell? This is the mistake I have done. I should use colon, not comma. See, that displays recar. We can't display it from reverse order. If we change the order like this, it will result an error. It won't find reverse order. Okay, see, it won't give any resultant. Okay, it won't display an error, but it won't give any result. Okay, then how to find the length? Okay, find the length of the string. How to find the length of the string? Okay, for that we have function called len. Okay, length of a len function will give the length of my string. Okay, it is 13 character. It includes space at the between. Okay, space between also. Okay, like this we can find the length of the string. Then we can see the string methods one by one. Okay, now let's see the string methods. Okay, first method is strip. Okay, what strip will do? This is my strip. Okay, strip function. What it will do? It will remove the space at the beginning or at the end of the string. Okay, it will remove the space at the beginning or at the end of the string. Okay, let's say I have space at the beginning, I have space at the end. Okay, now I will print a. Okay, see, it will remove the white space. It will remove white space at the beginning, at the end. Okay, see, it has removed. Okay, print, sorry, I didn't use a method a dot strip. I'll run this. See, it has removed space. Previously it was there is a space. For example, I'll print a only. See, it has displayed some space here, right? Here also there is space. Okay. To avoid that, a dot strip will remove space at the beginning also, at the end also. Okay. Now I will run this. See, it has removed space. Okay. Strip method remove the space at the beginning of the string and at the end of the string. Okay. Next method, lower and upper. Okay. And case fold, and one more is um, swap case. Okay. These four are used for converting uppercase to lowercase to uppercase. Okay. Okay. Lower will convert a string from uppercase to lowercase. Upper will convert a string from lowercase to uppercase. Case fold also convert string from uppercase to lowercase. Swap case will convert, if it is a capital it will convert to lower, if it is a lower it will convert to capital, like that swap case. Okay. And we have also another two methods. Is lower, it will returns true if it is the string is a lower, and is upper, it will returns true if it is string is a uppercase. Okay. We will see all these methods with example. Okay. Now I have a string here, right? Now I will print a dot lower. I want to convert the given string into lowercase. See, S is a capital, S is capital, right? So I want to convert this into lowercase. I'll run this one. See, it has converted into lowercase. Okay. Now next one is uppercase. For example, yeah, Suresh and Srikar. I need to convert it into uppercase, all characters into uppercase. I'll run this a dot upper. See, it has converted my string into uppercase. Okay. A is my string, dot upper is a function. Okay. Now what we'll do, case fold. Okay. Case fold. Okay. What it will do, we'll check. See, case fold also convert a string into lower case. Okay. Lower and case fold are one and the same. And swap case, what we'll do, swap case we'll check. Okay. It will convert, if it is a string in capital letter it will convert into lower case, if it is lower in it will convert into capital. Okay. A swap case. See, S is in capital so it is converted into lower, and rest of the things in lower it will convert into uppercase. Like that in another string, it is S is in lower case, it is convert capital case, it is converted into lower case, rest will convert into capital case. Okay. Like that. Like that swap case will work. And we want to check is lower is upper. Okay. Whether the given string is in lower or is in upper. Is lower. Okay. First I will check whether it is a lower, and it is returns false because S and S are capital. Okay. If I say, if I convert this into smaller letter, if I run, it will return true because all the characters in lower case. Likewise is upper. Okay. Is upper function check whether all the characters are upper case. False because all characters are in lower case. For example, if I convert any one character into upper, if I run, it will also result false, because it should be, all the characters should be in uppercase. Okay, example SURESA. Okay, now it will say that true. Okay, true. Okay, like that it will work. Okay, now next method is replace. Okay, what replace method will do, if you want, if you want some character to be, I want to replace you to some other character, I want to replace you with some other character, like in that condition it will works. Okay, it will replaces the existing character with another character. Okay, or it will exit existing string with another string. And most important thing I forgot to tell, in this Python there is no character data, like character char. Everything, even a single character, it will consider as a string only. Okay, replace, we will see how it will work. A dot replace, for character you need to replace, I'll say you. Okay, I need to replace you with m. Okay, I need to replace u with m. We will see what will be the resultant value. See, u replace with m. Okay, and here we have r in three times, right? We will see what will be the result for this one. It will be, see, it has replaced r with m in throughout the string. Okay, like that r will helps us to replace this thing. We can also make it as empty, means if we pass like this, then it will delete that particular position value. See, it has deleted that particular position. So as I said, we cannot able to delete or delete a string because it is immutable. We can able to replace it with like this. Okay, instead of deleting, if you want to delete something, you can do like this. Okay, replace it with a space, empty space, so that it will delete from that string. Okay, this is about replace. Next method is split. Okay, split. For example, I want to split this string into two parts based on the space. Okay, I say I have Bangalore, Mangalore. So here this is my string. I need to split each string. I need to split Suresh. I need to split, then Srikar, then Bangalore, then Mangalore. I need to split them based on the space. Okay, then how we can do that? Okay, a dot split. Okay, a dot split based on what you need to split. Okay, we just pass based on space. Okay, based on space. Okay, based on space I need to split this string. Okay, see, it will split. See, it has split based on the space Suresh, Srikar, Bangalore, Mangalore. Okay, if you say if you want to split with some character, we will see what will be the result. I need to split based on R. Okay, see, it has split based on the R character. Okay, like that it will split. Okay, split method helps us to split the given string. Okay, next I need to check a particular string present in my string. For example, I need to check RESH is present in my string, LORE present in my string, MAN present in my string. How we can do that? We can do that by using in. There is a method called membership operator called in. Okay, for that we can use membership operator called in. Okay, in, membership operator called in. Okay, for that we can use membership operator called in. Okay, how we can find? Let's say a is my string, right? Now I'll say x is equal to, I need to check which one I need to check. I need to check bang. Okay, I need to check bang in the string name a, print x. If bang is present in the given string, then it will print true, else it will returns false. Okay, see, it has written true. Okay, if I say instead of bang, I'll remove a, it will return false. See, it will returns false. Okay, like that we can find uh, a substring from the given string using in membership operator. Okay, next, format method. Very much important one is format method. Okay, format method. Okay, why we will use format method? We can display our values by formatting the given string. Okay, for example, uh, hey, my name is Suresh. Okay, age is 26. Okay, now I want to print my name is, like this. Formatting, for formatting we can use parenthesis. Okay, it will format the given value, given string. Okay, my name is this and my age is parenthesis, you should close this string, dot format. You can use dot before the format. You shouldn't use any comma here. Okay, dot format. I need to pass the string, I mean variable names. Okay, format name. First one I need to print name. In this I need to print name. That's why I'm passing first one name. In this I need to print age. That's why I'm passing age. Okay, like this you can use format. Okay, which is very much important. Many interview questions they will ask this one. Okay, my name is, see, it has formatted. My name is, that open parenthesis and close parenthesis replace with Suresh Srikhar, and age is open parenthesis replace with 26. Like this it will format the string. Okay, you can also replace this like age comma name, and when you do the like this, you have to do like this. Here is 0, here is 1, means in 0th index age is there. That's why I am giving 0 for the age. In first index name is there. That's why I am giving first index here. If you execute this one, it will display same as that. See, my name is Suresh Shikhar and my age is 26. Okay, like this also you can do formatting. Okay, next method is capitalize. Capitalize. Okay, what it will do, it will convert first character in the string to uppercase. Okay, if I say Suresh Shrikar, okay, it will convert only first character. Okay, and there is another method called title. Okay, what it will do, it will convert first character in every word. Okay, in this word it will convert first character to uppercase. In this word it will convert first character to uppercase. Okay, like that it will convert first character in every case into every word into uppercase. Title will do that, but in capitalize it will convert only the first character. Throughout any word, number of words, it will convert only first character of the string. Okay, we will see that. Now I will print a dot capitalize and I'll print a dot title. Let's see the difference. Okay, I'll run this. Sorry, there is no a. A is equals to Suresh. I'll say Suresh Sridhar. Okay, I'll run this now. See, first one, capitalize, convert only first character in the entire string. Title will convert first character in the every word. It will convert it into uppercase. Okay, this is the difference between capitalize and title. Okay, next method, center. Okay, for example, center. What center will do? It will replace us the string with some other characters. Like for example, I need to make my string into center. I need to enclose some other characters in the boundaries. So like this, I need to display my string. So what you need to do for that? Use center method to do the same. Okay, let's do that with example. Okay, I will print a dot center, and here we have to space how many space we have to give the length. Okay, I'll say 100. Okay, this is my string. I'll say 100 size of my string should become 100. Now it is 13. Okay, now it's 13. I want to become it 100 and I need to replace it with star. Okay, from left side and right side it will be enclosed with star. Okay, we will see that now. See, from left side and right side is enclosed star, and in between it is found as Sridhar. Like that we can make it as center. Okay, next, count. Next method is count. I need to count a particular string and the number of times that particular string present in my given string. Okay, for example, I need to count I need to count how many times yes present in my given string. Okay, I'll run. See, yes present 3 times in the given string. Okay, it returns the number of times the given string present. You can also pass it as Suresh. Okay, see, one time. Okay, in Python every character is considered as to be a string. Okay, you should keep that in mind. There is no character data type in Python. Okay, next one, encode. Okay, what it will it will encode the given string, okay, into binary. Encode. Okay, encode method will convert into the binary code. Encode a dot encode. Okay, I need to convert the given string into the encoded version. Okay, see, it has converted into binary. See, B means binary. Okay, it is encoded to binary. Okay, encoder method will encode the given string. Okay, next one, I need to check whether my string ends with R. Okay, whether I need to check whether my given string ends with R. I need to check whether my given string start with S. For that we have two methods. One is ends with Another one is starts with. Okay, ends with, will check the whether the given character ends with given string ends with particular character, and start with check whether the given string start with particular string, given string. Okay, we will see that one. Okay, a dot ends with I'll say r. Okay, like that only. I'll say print a dot starts with yes. I'll run this. See, both returns true because it ends with start. I mean starts with a. Yes, sorry. Now I will say that it will yes, and it will say r. It will returns false false. See, false false. Like this you can check whether the string ends with particular string, given string or not. I will say Suresh. Okay, I will say KR. I'll run this now. See, false false. Okay, if I say KR here I will say Suresh. Now I will execute this one. True true, right? See, ends with KR. See, it is ends with KR. It start with Suresh. Yes, it start with Suresh. Okay, like this you can find whether it is ends with particular given string or not. Okay, next method, find. Okay, what it will do, it will find the first occurrence of the given string. Okay, I'll say I need to find r. It will check the given string. It will returns first occurrence of the string. Okay, likewise r find. Okay, what it will do, right? It will check the last occurrence of given string. Okay, it will check from the right side. That's why it is r find. There is another method for doing this, index. It will also do same as that of find. Okay, but the difference is it will return -1 if the character is not present. If I say yeah, I need to check m from the given string, if that is not found, it will returns -1. What index will return? It will return an error. We will see that example. Likewise only there is a r index. It will check from backside. Okay, we will see all these methods now. Now I need to print a dot find. I'll say yes, I need to find. Okay, I'll say r. Okay, and I need to find a dot r. I'll use r find. Okay, from right side. Okay, and I will use the character which is not present. A dot find. I'll say m. Let's check. So it will result first occurrence of r 0 1 2. It will return 2. Okay, a dot r find r means it is last occurrence, means it will return for 13. So a dot find, so there is no m in this, it will return -1. Okay, we will see that now. See, 2 minus 12 minus 1. Okay, like that it will check. Okay, now same like that I'll search index. Okay, r index. Okay, I'll say r index. Okay, we will see that now. See, first occurrence, last occurrence. See, it will returns error, whereas find returns -1, but it will returns an error for the character which is not present in the string. Okay, that is the difference between find and index. Okay, you got right. What is the difference between find and index? Okay, now the next method, I need to check whether my given string is a full of string or alphanumeric. Okay, alphanumeric means either it string contains both numerics and alphabets or numeric, like that. Okay, for that we have two method called is alphanum. ALNUM means it will check the whether the given string is alphanumeric or not. I'll say 1 2 3 4. Okay, it will returns true if it is an alphanumeric. Print a dot is all numeric. Okay, I'll run this. See, it has returned true because it is an alphanumeric. What if I give, for example, if I give space here, what it will return? False. See, false because it won't include space. Okay, \t, it will be a special character, so that's why it will returns false. Okay, if it is like this, it will only print true. Okay, it is checks the whether the given string is alphanumeric. Okay, next it will check whether the given string is alpha. Another method, next method is alpha. Okay, it will check whether the given string is only contains alphabets or not. Okay, is alpha. Okay, I'll execute this now. See, it returns true. If I include any numbers, if I run this, see, it returns false. Okay, even for space, I'll run this program. See, it returns false. Okay, it should be only alphabets. Okay, next one is decimal. Is decimal. It will check whether the given string is contains only decimal points. Okay, decimal. I'll run this. It returns false because it is contains only strings, means characters. I'll say for instead of that I'll say decimal numbers. It will returns true. Right? Likewise, there is another method called isDigit. It will check whether the given string contains only digits. Okay, isDigit. Digit means 10001. Okay, like that. I'll save it. I'll run this. It will return true. Okay, if I say 6, what it will returns? It will returns true. Okay, like that. Okay, if it is digit, it will returns true. Okay, if I include any characters, it will returns false. Okay, likewise it will check. Okay, and next method is join. Okay, what it will do, for example, I have a list of, okay, I have a list of names, for example, Suresh, Srikar, Reddy. Okay, this is my list. Okay, I want to display it as Suresh, I need to join this like this. Okay, I need to display it like this. In that condition we can use join to join the all the strings. Okay, we will do that with example. Okay, so there is a string. Now I will save it into another string. I need to replace with underscore, right? Underscore, okay, dot join, okay, of the given list. Okay, now I will print x. I'll run this. Now it will execute. Okay, like this. I have to do like this. Okay, I'll run this. See, Suresh Srikar Reddy. It is joined with underscore. Okay, okay. If you use underscore dot join a, and I am printing a, now it will join the all the strings with underscore. Okay, this is all about string methods, guys. So there are also other programming programs like related to strings, like how to reverse a string, and many string related programs are there. I will make one more video regarding that. Okay, all the programs related to strings. Okay, reversing a string, checking whether a string is a palindrome or not. Okay, you will just check it my videos. Okay, just subscribe it and check my videos, and you will frequently get the notification. Please click bell icon for getting notifications. Okay, we will discuss decision making statements in upcoming videos. Okay, next, from tomorrow onwards I will discuss about the decision makings and the loopings, and later we will discuss the advanced concept, like there are many advanced concept like import, many methods we need to import. Okay, so how it will work, how we can able to import the methods, how we can able to update our own methods, how we can update our own created methods, how we need to import our own created methods. Okay, that we will discuss in upcoming classes. Okay, thank you guys.